Hi guys, welcome to the webinar. Hey Gladson, hey Priyanka, hey Rohit. I wanted to understand how do you guys use LinkedIn and what is it that you are expecting from this session, right? So that I can help you in that particular scenario. So it would be great if you can maybe put it in the chat and set the chat for both like panelists as well as attendees, so everyone can see your comments. Okay, so what's your expectation from this session, as well as what are the few challenges you guys are facing? So it will be great if you can, put in some light to these things in terms of what's your expectation from this session, as well as what are some of the challenges you are facing on LinkedIn, so that I will see to it that I provide maximum value for this session then. So Gladson has given it. He has an all-star rating on LinkedIn. What does that mean? How does he utilize that? Like on Zomato or Google, having a personal profile rating determines regular usage for the platform through which they get approached by third parties. Is this possible on LinkedIn? Okay, sure. I will cover this, Gladson. In terms of our you can say agenda today, we are just going to cover three main things on LinkedIn, which is going to change the way you are interacting, which is hopefully going to change the way you're getting the results. Now, before we start, if all of you are wondering who is this voice, then just to show that this is me, okay, and my background 3 years or so, as well as I have been in the space of marketing communication for more than 10 years now, right? So one of my fortes is content and content hacking, okay, and that's where LinkedIn comes in, and LinkedIn is something which I'm focusing on right now to grow my LinkedIn game. So that's why I did some research, I found few things, and I wanted to share it with the world so that you guys could take benefit of it and we all could be on the same page, right? In terms of you guys, I'm imagining you guys like out here. And with that being said, let's start. One of the main things which everyone comes on LinkedIn with the expectation is it's a professional social media network. And I would say most of us have created our profiles way back, right? Our profiles are not something very recent. Our profiles have been created way back, and we are all used to seeing those profiles for a long time. And not many of us have actually put in the time to upgrade them as we go. How many of you guys have actually upgraded your profile in the past 6 months or so? So I would like to get an answer. If you guys have upgraded it, then you can just type in yes. If you guys have not upgraded it, ideas. Come on, guys. This needs to be an interactive session so that you guys can get maximum benefit out of this. Okay. So I see few of you have, taken it up and optimized your profile. So let's go through this session and understand if you have done this. Okay. And if you have missed out on something, then I would request you to upgrade it in this way to get the maximum performance. Now, one of the things which is there on LinkedIn is you need to have a very straight up, professional looking, nice profile picture. That is one of the most important things, because the profile picture is what makes all the difference in terms of if the picture is appealing, then automatically a level of trust is increased. Profiles that do not have pictures are a big no-no. If you have a professional looking picture taken, you could nowadays there are a lot of these phones are developed to such an extent that just see to it that you do that. So as I was saying, ki one of the things is your profile picture, which is fairly simple. If you check it online, you'll get to even rank your profile picture. So you could just search online, rank profile picture, LinkedIn, and you will basically get a lot of these sites wherein you can actually see. So Snapper is one of them. You can go to Snapper, and one of the things which they have, if you see out here, is the photo analyzer. So using the photo analyzer, you can actually upload your LinkedIn profile picture and it will rank it for you. And it will also give you suggestions that what exactly needs to be done to make it better. So here you're seeing, some of the scores like 73 out of 100. Then it's also giving you data like, smile is okay, jawline is okay, squinch is bad, because that will not give a very professional looking, trustworthy factor, right? So that's how they actually rank your picture. So I would urge you guys, if you guys have recently updated your profile, just put in your profile picture here, get the data points, and based on that you can make the changes, right? So that is number one with profile picture. The second thing, and this is one of the most important things which people forget when it comes to social media, right? One of the main things on social media is you need to understand SEO. Now, you might be thinking, why is this guy talking about SEO when it comes to social media? And that is exactly my point. SEO is nothing else but search engine optimization, right? And if you understand a little bit of SEO, what people, if you talk to anyone in terms of SEO, these guys are going to first tell you is there are some keywords. We need to optimize for some keywords, right? And we need to rank for certain keywords. Now, what basically they're trying to tell you is Google or any search engine understands only words. And based on the usage of the words, based on the repetition of the words, based on the connection of the words, it's making data and it's making sense out of the data which it is having. Similarly, on LinkedIn, there is a LinkedIn search. Okay, similarly on Facebook, there is a Facebook search. So to rank higher on these searches, you need to have the right keywords on your profile. That's why I'm saying you need to think like an SEO guy. What are the keywords my profile should rank for? So example being, if you are a digital marketer, your profile needs to rank for email marketing, social media, maybe inbound marketing. So you need to have mentioned these words in your profile. Now, how do you mention these and how effortlessly it comes out? That is the real challenge, right? But these words should be there. Now, how it spreads out across your profile is one of the first things it comes is the headline. Headlines are something which audiences are automatically attracted to, because our brain is wired to read headlines. कम से कम इंफॉर्मेशन पढ़ के ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ. That is how headlines work. So one of the main things, if we look at any LinkedIn post, so let's go to LinkedIn and let's look at a profile. Okay. So this is my, you can say, LinkedIn profile. The headline which I have is this: helping businesses generate more leads through digital marketing, content hacking. So whenever someone would read this, they are going to connect me with these things, right? This is the first, this is like, the elevator pitch for you. So what exactly can that be is something which you need to work on. Now there are four different kinds of headline which you can think of. Okay. So one of the first things is, what can you do for people? And if you think of it, my headline over here is, what can I do for people? So I can help businesses generate more leads through digital marketing. That's my simple, you know, 10-second profile, which anyone should read and maybe they get interested. So it should give you an insight instantly. There are other kind of headlines which you will see, like the achievement headline. Achievement headline is something like, X Ogilvy, X maybe X Flipkart, X Amazon, X Apple. These guys, whoever has worked for a senior company, they will go for the achievements headline. Maybe a writer might go for a achievement headline saying he written a bestseller, you know, achieved so and so award. So that's how the achievement headline works. Now achievement headlines, I would only say if you have worked in the field for a long time and actually achieved something which people recognize. Right now I'm seeing this whole X Amazon, X Flipkart, now people are using it for smaller companies also. So if you use that strategy for a smaller company, like I saw someone using it with uh, some a mid-level corporate, and just said ki I'm X this, it doesn't make sense. It gives immediately people an idea ki you're just trying to fake it, right? So rather than doing that, what I would suggest is if you have achieved something, then great, you can put it over there, but it should be a big achievement, right? The second thing, the third kind of headline which you could have is the question helper headline. Now, question helper headline is, are you struggling with leads? Okay. Are you struggling with lead generation? Are you struggling to build your business? Are you struggling to get to higher top level, you can say talent? Then get in touch with me. So that's the question helper headline, wherein you ask the question of which is the problem which your customer is going to face or they are already facing, and you are the person who is giving the solution to it. So one is the question helper headline, the second is the solution headline, okay, which is the contact me for top level talent, contact me for you can say uh, true inbound leads, contact me for marketing qualified leads. Now, these are the kind of headlines which are solution based, which give instantly people an idea that you are an expert and you are a no nonsense guy. You are talking about business and that's it. So, having a good, decent, and very simple headline is very much needed so that people can understand what exactly is on offer. Okay. The next part to this, when we go to the LinkedIn profile, okay, over here is the about, right? So let's go from the top. We have a profile picture. I have to actually change this profile picture. So I have to actually get this short. But this particular thing is the headline, which I have optimized. Now, based on this headline, what I have done is I have created a banner also. This banner was created on Canva by just putting these lines. So I took up a template. I just put in this same thing out here in a short form. Okay. So content hacking, content marketing, inbound marketing, these three things I put in my banner. And then providing services. This is your SEO part of it. Wherein what are the services that you are providing? So if you look at it, these are all the services that I can help with, right? Similarly, when we come down, this needs to be a lot more. Right now, this in my case, I have been lazy, okay, but I could add a lot more over here, and that is the part which leads to optimization of the profile from a SEO standpoint, wherein I can add a lot more in terms of what are the services that we are giving, why do we stand out differently, and all of these things. So the about is something which can be at least maybe 300 words long, 300 words long or something, right? So this is a good place for actually adding a lot more information, right? The next part to this is, so these are the basics which you need to do. How do you go about writing the about is the main question. Okay. So writing about is totally dependent on this golden circle. Okay. Basically, this golden circle is something which has been popularized by Simon Sinek. And here, what he talks about is in the center is the why, okay, and the outermost layer is the what. Now, everyone talks about what do you do? Like what I did in the headline is I said, what did I do? I help businesses generate leads. I have not spoken about how I help them generate leads. I've given them few ideas like content marketing, content hacking, all those things. So that is also kind of covered, but not totally. And the next thing, which is the innermost thing, which is why do I do that? Now, this why requires a lot more explanation. It is a lot more meat than the normal what do you do, how do you do, all those things. Because what do you do? I do social media, email, or else what do you do? I generate leads. How do you do it? I generate leads through social media, email marketing, marketing automation, XYZ. Why do you do it? Now, why requires a much more bigger answer. My why, okay, if you see right now at this moment in the about, is I'm a results driven digital marketer for Mumbai. I love creating content in all forms. At the moment, I'm working with my friend slash mentor towards building Singularity, a content first digital agency. Now, this is a very, you can say, this does not give you a complete idea of why I'm doing this, but still it is decent enough right now. What I would suggest is if you can put a lot more thought behind this, and the whole idea comes from if you go through the talk by Simon Sinek, what he talks about is great companies talk about why they do it, and that's what attracts people towards them. Okay, and decent companies who are also working, they talk more about what do they do. So example in that particular video he takes is Samsung versus Apple. Samsung basically gives in the whole thing like, we have an awesome camera, we have an awesome battery, we have an awesome you can say um, mobile phone. Whereas when it comes to Apple, Apple talks about it, this is different, this is the best iPhone. They do not get into these nitty gritties like camera kaun sa hai and all those things. They actually create their own words for these things. If you think of it, they would come up with things like retina display, which sounds technical, but it's not that technical, or it's not that you know um, it's not an industry standard word, but they have created that. When they even launched a campaign way back, like when Steve Jobs was there, the campaign was Think Different. And the whole idea was their why is they want to help people who think different. So they want to help people who are unique, who are weird, who are quirky. And that's why they created Apple. Similarly, what is your why is what you need to fill in the about. And if you use the right keywords and everything, you will be able to optimize your profile to the best of your ability. Okay, so this is in terms of profile optimization, I would say these are few things. Other things are more like your traditional resume, wherein what has been your experience, like where have you been to school, college, all those things, and what languages those all things are there. Projects is an interesting thing which you should update as and when you get projects and all. I have been lazy out here, but it does not impact that much in terms of a SEO perspective. Okay, I can see, 1 second. Awesome. uh, Roshni, if you can do one thing. There are a few questions I think which people are putting in. I cannot access them for some reason. If you can share the questions with me on a personal chat, that would be better. So I would be able to, take a look at that, and I would be able to answer it. Right? if you guys want, I would just request you to add the questions onto the chat window, because somehow I'm not able to access the Q&A console. So it's weird, but yeah, sorry. Okay. Um, Having said this, so this is in terms of profile optimization, these are the main things. I would say first, the biggest takeaway which you guys need to keep in mind is SEO. So whatever you write, you are being ranked for it. So when you are writing keywords, think of, repetitive keywords at times which you will use for sure. Like, if you want, if you are into, let's say, email marketing, I would request you to add email marketing and talk about email marketing in an interesting way onto your profile, because that is what is going to help you. Okay, Ria asks, as a freelance event manager, how and in what format can you put up your freelance work on your LinkedIn profile? Ria, what I would suggest is make a case study. Okay, because for your events, you might be having, a lot of data which will be spread across different things as a manager. So I would just say make a simple two-page case study wherein you put in what exactly you did for these guys. Okay, what were some of the challenges you faced and how you overcame that, and at the end of the day show a nice images and show how the event was a success, and maybe a few testimonials here and there you could add in towards the end, because these are the things which will make a person feel, wow, Ria can do this for me. And that particular PDF is what you can upload onto your profile. So the PDF can be uploaded as a document on LinkedIn and you can attach it to your profile, right? So the next thing which I want to talk about is organic growth. Now, one of the main things which is unique about LinkedIn today, that is 2020, LinkedIn is one of the, you can say, top platforms which is giving organic growth. What is organic growth? Organic growth is nothing else but if you are posting something, okay, without putting in money towards boosting it, or without putting in money towards advertising it, your message reaches out to genuine people. Okay, now the way LinkedIn does it is it's working today. Other platforms like, let's say, Instagram or Facebook, organic reach is very difficult to get in today's day, because their algorithms are made in such a way. So I'll just show you an example out here. How can you measure that, or how can you check it for yourself? So once you go to maybe your activity, right? So let's say I'm going to my activity and my posts, and there are a few posts which I created. So this is one of the posts which I put in. I have, if you see, I have 1,338 followers right now. Okay, and this post has gone up to 789 people. Not all of these followers have seen my this post actually. Like, out of the 789, I might be the post might have reached to 30% of my followers right now, okay, which are first connect, and the rest of the connections are the secondary connections that I have. Okay. Similarly, I had also posted this. Now, this particular thing, it has 457 views. Now, if you understand what's happening out here, if you understand what is happening out here, this is giving me a data of how many people are actually viewing my post. Okay, so these are 504, 578, 789. Now the whole idea is, if we analyze this part, okay, this just has got likes and all, and it has got 457 views. This particular post has got likes and it has also got one comment. Okay, then it has reached more number of people. The whole idea which I'm trying to tell you is, there are two things to this. One, how LinkedIn spreads the word. LinkedIn spreads the word if you post something, and this is true for any social media. If you post something, the algorithm looks at what is the reaction it is generating, your content. If people are liking it, then it will reach to few more people. If people are commenting on it, it will reach to more, further more people. Okay. Now that's what has happened out here. There is one comment and there are few likes. So this has reached to more number of people. Whereas this particular post only has likes. It has more likes than the previous post also, but it has reached to lesser number of people because comment is showing LinkedIn that people are actually genuinely engaging with this particular post. Liking is considered to be a lower level of engagement. Commenting is supposed to be a higher level of engagement. Also, one more part to this is, you must have seen these kind of posts right now. Okay, so this particular post, if you see, this is a simple text based post. Is organic social debt? Discover why your social media is not working for you. And if I click on see more, I get this and I can see a lot of this. Now, this particular thing, which is see more, okay, with which people click on, that is also considered as engagement. So you will see on LinkedIn a lot of people using LinkedIn to write these kind of things. If you see, they will write जानबूझ के दो तीन लाइन, बीच में स्पेस भी एक रहेगा, and it will go on to see more. This particular see more is an engagement which is ranked by LinkedIn also in terms of people are interested to read it, that's why they have clicked it. So your post has made someone stay on the platform a little longer. So LinkedIn will incentivize you. How LinkedIn will incentivize you? It will show the post to more number of people. So this is the basic idea in terms of organic, and this is the main thing, that when you are putting out content, be aware of what is the kind of content you are putting in. So I was doing a few experiments, right? If you see this particular experiment, what I did is I put a post which is literally connected to me. So this is about first in-person meeting over the past 5 months. So after the lockdown, when I went for a first physical meeting, this is what I wrote, and it was a genuine post. The interaction as well as live feedback is incomparable, and it was a very different feeling. And I am sure most of us are going through that. After work from home, after the lockdown, when you go out and you experience things, you are experiencing things for the first time, and that's what I captured over here. This particular post where I'm talking about myself, people are liking it. Now, who are these people? I analyzed it. Few of these people are people who I know on a very personal basis. Okay, like these are not people with whom I am doing work on a day-to-day basis, but I have made a connection over a period of time. So few of them are maybe my school friends. Okay, one or two of them are my school friends. Few of them are from my old job. Few of them are from my current, you can say, work, and few of them are acquaintances. So people like to hear about you. This is one major thing. So anytime if you put content which is around you, it is going to give you organic growth. It is going to reach more number of people. So the way this works is you need to make it about you in an interesting way. Now, this is where post versus pages. So this is one thing which people think about कि okay, post तो एक हो जाता है, but maybe you are a startup founder, you might be having your own page, company page or something, and that's where you must be thinking कि अरे company page के लिए मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. Now, to to tell you in one simple line, like out here, company pages are dead. Okay, LinkedIn understands, and LinkedIn is a social media network at the end of it. So, what they have done is over a period of time, they are giving more preference to one on one human connections, okay, or one on one human profiles versus company pages. A company page is a page which normally, if you think, would be announcements, would be an update, and those are okay if people are seeing it, theek hai. But in your feed, when you were to scroll through, okay, so let's just go through LinkedIn, and if you analyze it, Gary Vaynerchuk, this is a person. Greenscape Group, this is a promoted post, so this is an ad, okay. Deepak Rathod has commented, so again he has commented on a person's profile, a person. Okay, what I'm trying to show you is, if you notice on your feed, there are more people, okay, companies are coming in terms of promotions. This is a company page. Now, this is the company page which has come. So maybe after 8 to 10 profiles, one company page is showing up, which is, you know, way lesser than what we would need. So this is where I would say LinkedIn is giving more preference to humans versus company. So that's why it would be more important if you're a startup founder. Okay, company page or maintain karo, but post things from your company page also on your own personal profile. Because then what will happen is, maybe your company page will not get that reach, but your personal profile will surely get that reach. And if people want to connect to your company page, they will come there. Okay, so that's one major change which I would recommend you guys to think of. Okay, the next thing which is there is, in terms of posts, the posts need to be interesting, the posts need to be text based. Now, one thing, if you notice out here, and which is brilliant from the point of view of content creation, okay, you can upload a lot of things, and this is something which I have seen on LinkedIn. So this is right now my own feed. What I'm noticing is, I have put in work into this particular post. Okay, this particular post to create, it took me maybe 1.5 hours. Okay, to think of the concept, to create it. Similarly, this post, it took me some time to actually create it. Now, what my point is, to create these posts, it requires you. You will require maybe you know a graphic designer, or you'll require yourself to log on to Canva or something, right? Whereas these posts, which are short posts, which are only text based, they are doing the trick, because they are getting me more reach than all these other posts. These posts are difficult to create, they take time, not difficult, but I would say they take time to create, versus text based posts just require text. So you can just directly jump on LinkedIn, type in, and share. And that's how you can actually get maximum number of growth. Um, Now, there is a reason why I'm saying this. I would just show you a few things. So Tanmay Bhatt, okay, he is basically a stand-up comedian. Obviously, he recently started his LinkedIn journey. What he's doing is, he's just putting in all these text-based things mostly. Okay, there are these videos and all which are coming in, but text-based काफी हो रहा है, and उससे he is generating a lot of attention. There is one more guy. When it comes to LinkedIn, I don't know how many people must have seen this guy when it comes to LinkedIn and all. But so Vaibhav has a 5 day workshop, which is a crazy workshop for LinkedIn. I would really recommend all of you guys to do that if you are serious about LinkedIn. Now, over here, what he does, right? He keeps on just putting out content which is more on the lines of text. So if you go to posts, you will see it over there. This is all text, and that's it. And this text based content is getting a lot more traction than any other form of content. So all of you guys, if you are thinking about अरे यार post बनाना मुश्किल है and all those things, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. You just need to have a thought. You need to put the thought in the right way, and then you need to work go ahead from there. Instead of thinking about कि अरे it's difficult to create content and all. Creating content also, I'll give you a framework which will work for you. Okay, there are two frameworks I would like to share. One framework is let's say, so there's a pattern to this madness also. If you think of it, whenever you're writing something, right, you write something and you ask a question. Okay, and see to it कि उतने में see more आना चाहिए. So you end with a hook. Okay, this is how your TV channel, your TV series or your web series also end. Your web series would end on a point which is known as a cliffhanger, जहां से आपको नेक्स्ट एपिसोड देखना जरूरी ही है. You cannot not see it. That's how binge watching works. So similarly, what I would recommend is write in an interesting way, which would make people feel कि अरे यार यहाँ से मुझे ये आगे का देखना जरूरी हो जाता है. So here Vaibhav is writing, I still don't understand why people don't cold email when they are looking for jobs. It is still one of the most underutilized strategy. Seymour. Now he's talking about something which is, people don't email and all those things, which is true. So if you Seymour, he has given the process. Okay. Similarly, if you see few other posts, now he has basically come to a point wherein all his posts are interesting and people would see see it sooner than other posts. So that's where I would say कि, there are few forms which you could do if you are not getting the traction. Just to make your content interesting, try putting in a cliffhanger first. So check this out. Ever wondered how we communicate using words that are only stand-ins for proxies for what we actually want to communicate? Simo, and just write this simple thing. If I'm thinking, if I would just to post this will get more traction than the one with the image, is what my thesis currently says. Even over here, is organic social dead? Then I'm writing in discover why your social media is not working for you. Again, I'm making it personal about the opposite person. I am asking a question which is, going to make people think. And then if you click see more, you get the payoff, which is you get a very simple explanation of reach. Like, people don't understand what reach is. So I have explained here ki what is reach. Reach is equal to how many accounts your post can be seen by. Okay. So if you have 100 followers, organic reach might be 10 to 15%, because I have said not everyone sees your post. Not everyone is shown your post actually. Seen to alag baat hai. LinkedIn or any other social media platform, they just show your post to 5 to 10% of your followers. If your post is good, okay, wherein these 5 to 10% में लोग interact करना शुरू कर देते हैं, then the algorithm decides और लोगों को दिखाना है. So if you want the number one strategy for getting more organic reach, the idea is to get more followers. Imagine 1338 का मेरा 5 to 10%, 10% will be 133. अभी 133 लोगों ने देखा ऐसा बोल रहे हैं, बट उसके बाद बेस्ड ऑन द इंटरेक्शन एंड एवरीथिंग 578 people तक गया है. So which is crazy. So if you do a math over here, this is almost more than this is almost 50% of my followers, or more. I think around 40 to 50, which is crazy, which is unheard of. That's why I'm saying LinkedIn पे organic social चल रहा है. So इसका advantage आपको उठाना बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाता है. but provided you make things simpler, you create content which is, going to be attention grabbing, and people understand, oh, this is what it is. Because once people read this post, okay, they will understand reach. They, if they have got benefited out of this, they will say, हाँ, जीत पोस्ट कर रहा है, कुछ सेंसिबल पोस्ट कर रहा है, लेट्स लुक एट हिज पोस्ट. वो आपको करने के लिए you need to start looking at posting regularly. Okay. The second secret for organic growth is commenting. Okay. You need to leave interesting comments onto people. If you leave interesting comments onto people, you will be getting noticed by the person themselves. Okay. You will also be able to get in touch with a lot more people, because in your niche. So let's say for example, okay, one of the people who I follow on LinkedIn is once again is Karthik Srinivasan. Okay, this guy posts content which I really like. He talks about ads, he talks about, media and all those things, and I really find his content to be useful for my interest. So what I do is I want to connect with him, and actually he's my first degree connect now. I have also reached out to him for certain other kind of, like, maybe collaborations or something which we are thinking about. But the whole point over here is I am trying to get his attention. Now, how do I get his attention? I can start commenting in an interesting way onto his, you can say, posts. So there was a few days back, there was a post which he made. I actually commented on it, and he saw it and he liked it, and he replied back. Okay. Similarly, I will show you one more thing. So this is one of my connections. Now, what had happened is he was basically interning with us, and as an intern, when he was into content, right? So when he was into content, what I did is I actually recommended a book to him, which was about content writing by Anne Handley. Okay. So when, as I recommended that book, what he did is he must have, now this happened way back, like this happened like a year back, but 3 weeks back he wrote this post, and he basically recommended this book to everyone. Over here, he put in, "Thank you, Jaljit Ajani, for introducing me to this book." What I did is I went in there and I actually commented over there, "Glad you found it useful. Truly one of the most practical books on writing, Aditya Jain and Anne Handley." Okay. Actually, Anne Handley came onto the post, okay, and liked it. So it was crazy. Now, suddenly, what has happened is, if you see this particular post, because it got Anne Handley's attention, thank you to Jaljit Ajani. She wrote this. Lot of people who were following Anne Handley actually came onto this particular post. So if you look at Aditya's profile, he has got 328 followers, but this particular post has actually gone micro viral, and it got 157 likes, okay, 25 comments, and comments from even second to third degree contacts. These are not his direct contacts, and those people are also commenting on this. So what I started doing is I started automatically, because my name was connected to this. I used to get notifications. If anytime anyone would ask a question, I would go and answer. So that will also give my profile a boost. People actually started coming onto my profile, and they started, finding it interesting. So this is how content and organic growth can work for you based on LinkedIn, which is very much possible today in 2020. So I would urge all of you guys to take benefit out of this particular, you can say, this opportunity in a way, right? So comments are, again, you need to think of generating some or the other reaction by people. Do not comment, oh, I like your work, this is very nice, oh, I really appreciate this post, because वो मस्का मारने वाले कमेंट से कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Your comment needs to be insightful. You need to, frame it in a way कि it sounds interesting. It gives an idea to people कि okay, this person knows a lot more, and let me check out their profile, because that's how people work. When you see someone talking, it's like you will start thinking about it कि अरे यार ये interesting बंदा है, ये क्या कर रहा होगा, let's see ये क्या करता है. So that's how you need to use comments, and comments also treat it like content. Don't treat it like thank you and welcome and ये comment वैसा मत करना. Okay. Try to add, try to give your 2 cents in every comment. Like your opinion should be very much reflected out there, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So this is what you need to do in terms of comments. So any questions for organic growth, please feel free to add in over here in the chat window. Now, let's say for example, one of the main things. Now this is also an experiment which I did. Vikrant, I'll come to groups and events in a bit. One second, guys. So one of the things which I wanted to show is an interesting thing, because right now my profile, I am optimizing it. I am trying to, make all the wrong things which I have done over a period of time, correct that. Okay. So how I'm trying to gauge this, because you need to understand what is happening in your profile. So one of the main things, and this is something which I would like an answer from you guys also, on your profile, who have you connected with? Okay. Have you connected with friends? Have you connected with your acquaintances in your business line or in your work line? And have you also connected with unknown people who have just given you a random request? So please type in your answer in the chat, because that will give clarity to everyone ki how normally people go about this. Right. So Vikrant says unknown people from my previous industry. Amay says all of them, which I have mentioned. So everyone, I guess, has connected with friends, and that's okay. Friends are good to have on LinkedIn. So connect with your friends. That is good. Okay, because those are people who are going to be, pushing your content maybe ahead as it is. So it might reach somewhere. The next is people from your line of business. That is good. The real the real issue is the unknown people who we connect with, because we get a connection request. Now what happens is we get a connection request, or we sometimes send a random connection request to someone. Now this is where the issue lies, because these connections have become part of your profile who don't want to do anything with your activity. Okay, they have just added to increase only one thing, which is followers. Okay. Yeah, Rohit, I totally get that. Like that's the same thing which has happened. Like earlier we were on this spree to add people and get more followers, so even unknown people we have added, and that is the real, you even say that those are the real villains in your profile, because they do not, they will never engage with your profile. If they will never engage with your profile, what will happen is LinkedIn को ये मैसेज जा रहा है कि ये बंदे का कंटेंट अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि इसके फॉलोअर्स ही इसको लाइक नहीं कर रहे हैं. So that means, imagine this: if you have like right now I have 1,030 followers and approximately that many connections. The message which I am giving is, let's say if I have 1,500 connections, out of which 500 people are maybe, 500 friends to nahi honge mere, at least 50 people are my friends, okay? And the rest of the people who are from my industry, which is animation में होगा, which is marketing में होगा, which is ये होगा, वो रहेंगे कहीं 400 450, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं होने चाहिए. So that means a large chunk of my profile right now is unknown people. So obviously, when I am sharing content, okay, it's getting lesser reach or lesser likes, and that is primarily because these people do not have anything to do with me. Okay, so I wanted to check this out. So what I did is, when I put something personal, right? This is something personal. I'm getting more engagement when I am posting. Now I also did one thing. I put something which is more startup oriented. Okay, so what is more valuable, a business around a digital product or one around a physical tangible products? So this is now business kind of entrepreneurial kind of content. The engagement which I got is lower, and the likes also I have got lower. This means मेरे कनेक्शन में entrepreneurs कम है. सो अगर मैं entrepreneurship या बिजनेस ओनर से कनेक्ट करना चाहता हूँ, वो मेरे प्रोफाइल में अभी है नहीं, यानी इसका मतलब है मुझे वो ऐड करने पड़ेंगे. I will have to find those right people. I will have to make connections with founders, co-founders, so on and so forth. Because as you have grown, like Rohit, he has opened his LinkedIn 10 years back. So at that time, he must have been maybe in some position which would be way junior than where he is right now. And the kind of connections he has made at that point, those people might have matured, but those people he might have gone away from that field also a little bit. So if that is the case, then if you want to connect with the top ranks, okay, like you want to connect. For me, it is very important, as my profile says over here, I want to help businesses generate more leads. So I need a more top to bottom approach, okay, top to down approach. That is, I would always want to connect with the management, upper management, or the co-founders, okay, because if I can convince those guys are giving me business, as simple as that. I am not in the business of bottom to top, wherein I have to first go to some subordinate and then tell him, "Arey, mera profile आगे push कर." So if I know this very clearly, now this is something which you guys have to decide. Where are you located? Okay, can you follow a top to down approach, or do you have to follow down to top? Now, this particular thing is what will make that change, and it will tell you these are the kind of connections you need to connect with. So, this is where the next thing which I wanted to talk to you guys about. One second. Mm. So, this is where one of the main things which I wanted to talk to you guys about is customer persona. Who exactly is your customer? Now, these are terms which I would just say you could do a simple Google search, go to images, okay, if you don't have time, and just check what things are coming in. Now, this is by HubSpot, so I would believe this. You need to have a customer persona of someone, which means basically you need to know a background of this person. Now, these are just personas. Personas are, templates of your customer. Okay. So these give you the idea. This kind of person I need to approach in my LinkedIn. Okay. In your even day-to-day sales or day-to-day marketing job, you might be doing this. So that means to reach out to these kind of people, what is their background? So here you can see sample Sally. Her background is she's the head of human resources She has worked at the same company for 10 years, and she has worked her way up from an HR associate. Her demographics are these, okay, and her identifiers, like she's calm, she probably has an assistant that screens her calls. She also asks for collateral to be mailed or printed to her. So these kind of ideas, if you know about your customer, you will be able to reach to that particular person on LinkedIn. Like for me, one of my customer personas is businessman Bob. Businessman Bob is someone who is a, you can say, a founder of a company which is a mid-size, small to mid-size company doing a revenue of around 5 to 10 crores. Okay. Now, when I am specifying कि मुझे 5 to 10 crores के ही कंपनी के पास जाना है, that means उससे अगर कम कोई है, मैं उसके साथ जो है टाइम ही वेस्ट नहीं करूंगा, या उससे ज़्यादा कोई है तो अगर मैं वहाँ पे जाऊंगा, आई विल बी caught up in that whole corporate jungle wherein I will not be able to make my sale. So right now my focus is only 5 to 10 CR revenue. Okay. As my team expands, maybe that might change. But today I'm just looking for this businessman Bob. So when I meet a person for the first time, let's say for a meeting or something, I try to gauge this. Ki, is his company revenue this? I even ask this to my customer now. So your customer persona needs to be very solid, because now you know कि 5 to 10 CR वाला बंदा LinkedIn पे किस लिए आता है. लिंक्डइन पे वो आता है चेक करने के लिए अपना प्रोफाइल सिर्फ वेरी रेयरली. नाउ व्हेन आई अंडरस्टूड दिस पार्ट ऑफ इट, सो आई एम लाइक, ये बंदे को लिंक्डइन पे अगर ये कम टाइम आता है तो मुझे किससे बात करनी चाहिए. तो मेरा और एक पर्सोना बन जाता है जो है इसका असिस्टेंट. सो आई ट्राई टू फिगर आउट कि इसका असिस्टेंट कौन है, या आई ट्राई टू फिगर आउट इसका कोई कंसल्टेंट कौन है. Because these are two people. There is an influencer who is maybe Bob हमेशा जाता होगा जिसके पास एडवाइस के लिए, तो वो बोल देगा अरे यार तू जीत से बात कर. And that's it. That is what I want, my name to come out there. That is word of mouth marketing. But to get to that influencer also, I need LinkedIn. This entire technique which I am talking about, okay, this is known as a triangulation method, wherein, and this you can only do if you understand your industry well and who you are trying to reach out to. So if you are trying to reach out to businessman Bob, then you know कि उसका assistant Ashok is the most important guy. So assistant Ashok को पहुंचने के लिए आपको जो है पहले उसको कनेक्शन में ऐड करना पड़ेगा. ओके. इन्फ्लुएंसर आपको पता है, लेट्स से इन्फ्लुएंसर रामलाल. ओके. For some reason I don't know why this name came to my head, but okay. इन्फ्लुएंसर रामलाल को अपन ऐड करते हैं कनेक्शन में. ओके. एंड बॉब मेरे कनेक्शन में है कि नहीं, इट डज नॉट मैटर, बिकॉज दीज टू पीपल इफ दे सी माई कॉन्टेंट दे विल टेल बॉब. So this is the most important thing which you need to do when it comes to your connection optimization. You need to first audit who is in your current audience, and if you find unknown people, I would say delete them. Over here I have written it as a step: delete few of the connections which don't matter to you. Okay, you might have just added them for time pass. Okay, initially आपका follower count कम होगा, but your engagement will increase. So if you have 1500 followers, maybe you might come to 1000 followers, but जहाँ पे मेरा post अभी 789 पे जाके अटक चुका है, it might go to 1200 also. And that depends on the content. It can go now also, but depends on how exactly. But I want to increase that chance of it reaching to more people. So I don't want to keep the connections which don't matter, because if those connections are in my profile, LinkedIn is judging my profile based on that. Understood. So I think this is the number one thing which I want you guys to understand out here कि अपन ने पहले कुछ कुछ चीजें करके रखी है अपने प्रोफाइल में, उसको बैक ट्रैक करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड दिस इज नंबर वन प्रायोरिटी विच आई वुड से you guys need to do. That's why I wanted to just talk about these three things: profile optimization. Okay, organic growth is basically the concept which I wanted to explain to you so that you understand by just pushing out content, you are still getting results right now. And the last part is connection optimization, which is the most important thing. So I would say profile optimization आप आज के आज ही ये कर सकते हो फटाफट, and connection optimization also you can start looking at. Take some time, put some content out there, try to see what is working, what is not, make some judgments, and accordingly make these changes to your profile, because this is what is going to help you. The thing which then the last part of this whole equation which I wanted to tell is, you need to be consistent on your efforts in terms of content. You need to have conversation worthy contents as well as comment, and you need to understand your audience and accordingly talk to these guys. Because if you're talking to a businessman, or if you're talking to a co-founder, let's say, you cannot be talking to them about the low level stuff like social media post aisa karna hai or something. You have to talk to them about numbers, you have to talk to them about growth. उनको ये नहीं पड़ी है कि पोस्ट किया जा रहा है, उनको ये जरूर पड़ा है कि मेरा बिजनेस कैसे ग्रो होगा. So how big is the opportunity, they understand, and most of these people are going through some challenges. If you can identify those challenges, help them across in those, that's when, and your content should be an answer to those challenges. So if you are in the space, example ek hai, right now electric vehicles is one of the main things which is gaining a lot of traction. If you want to get in touch with people around the EV space, you need to start looking at few pieces of content about EV and start producing content around it. Ask questions. Okay, you can ask questions to people also and connect of time, and then start also publishing content which is around electric vehicles, whatever you find interesting. um, Curation is also a recommended method, but I would say organic growth अगर चाहिए तो start pushing out more text based content, that's it, nothing else, right? So with this guys, more or less I am done with what I had to say. What I would want is, if you guys have certain questions or something, then please let me know over here. Roshni, I have actually, because of the connection, I have lost few of the questions which were earlier posted. So if you can send that to me on chat, then I can, take that one by one. Okay. In the meantime, there are a few questions which I see here. Like Ria also basically asked, ki, does it make sense to add certificates earned from webinars by reputed institutions, you know, and all those things. Um, Ria, you can put it up. Not a like it's not a bad thing, but you need to see कि it should not look like कुछ भी छोटा छोटा चीज लोग डालते रहते हैं. Like someone I know personally, they publish or they post every event that they attend, and some of the events don't even make sense. So you need to be very sure of who is seeing your profile and accordingly add these certificates. I would say add few certificates, but few ones that matter, because that will give you a lot more credibility on your profile instead of adding everything, right? Vikrant basically asked one question about what about groups and events. So Vikrant, events are something which has come new to LinkedIn few months back, and it is growing. it is a limited sort of a ecosystem right now on events on LinkedIn. But I guess you should do it because that is something which is a new property. So LinkedIn is obviously, looking at promoting it. So if you will put in a LinkedIn event, or if you are engaging with LinkedIn events, it's a good idea. It's not a bad idea. In terms of groups, finding an active group on LinkedIn is in a particular niche is the main thing. So if you can find a niche and the group connected with that particular niche, then that would be really great. Like you can actually go ahead and actually start engaging over there. But again, जहाँ पे भी आप engage कर रहे हो, don't just connect there and post the same content over there. When you are participating in a group, it is not just about you having one-sided conversations. Like आपने कोई एक नया पोस्ट बनाया, आपने वो शेयर कर दिया ग्रुप में, वैसा नहीं. आपको वहाँ पे मुद्दा क्या चल रहा है, what are people talking about, and in that if you can add comments, in that you can engage with people, because that's how you will gain a lot more traction. And it's easy, you need to be just more persistent. So if you can be a part of a group in that sense, then it's a great strategy. Okay, Amay basically is asking, are LinkedIn ads effective? Okay, LinkedIn ads are effective for sure. Okay, but now what I would recommend for LinkedIn ads, you need to be they're expensive. First of all, you need to understand that. Second thing is, when I say they're expensive for a reason. It reaches the right audience. Okay, so LinkedIn knows that, and they know the value of a connection. It's not your Facebook ka lead nahi hai, kacha pakka. It's a lead which is from a genuine platform like LinkedIn, wherein people are serious about connecting with businesses. So it's way more important to so that's why the price. So they are effective, but the targeting really matters. How you target something on LinkedIn, and how you target a niche. The more niche you target, you will get more and more effective. Price might go up, but it might be worth the price. So if you have a strategy on LinkedIn for LinkedIn ads, then it makes sense. But do not go ahead with just running an ad for the sake of it and expecting a result out of that, because that's not going to work. You need to have a proper flow of a funnel in place, and that's how you can actually work on LinkedIn ads, right? So thanks for that. Priyanka, actually, Priyanka, you had written a question, but I have lost it. So if you can add that question again, that would be great. And anyone, if you guys have any questions about LinkedIn, this is the right time to, ask them. Amay is asking, should we run ads as per my connections or followers? So, Amay, ads are not, see, it's not around your connections or followers. Ads are typically to get to more newer audiences. So what I would recommend is, if you want to reach out to your connections or followers, you can just directly DM them, right? You don't need to spend your money on ads. What I would recommend is, your ad be might have a particular niche audience who you want to reach out to. Like LinkedIn gives you categories like business designations, or else company function, or else companies. So LinkedIn ads are so effective in a way is, if you know a particular company, like I told you, I want to reach out to a 5 to 10 cr revenue wala company. So if I want to reach to that level of a company, I can add that information on LinkedIn. I can even add the name of the company, and I can actually go deep and add designations from that company. So LinkedIn ads are very, you can say, deep in that sense, and that's where they generate that value, wherein you will be able to see a lot more targeted kind of a approach, giving you the right results. So rather than going wide, I would say go very niche on ads and your connections. Okay, if you have connections, don't waste money on that. Just DM them and get that done. So our next webinar is a practical session on email marketing hacks. Okay, that is where we are talking about how exactly you can write email copy. Okay, and one of the main questions which people have is uh, should email be HTML based or text based, and what are the main email metrics to measure? So these email marketing hacks is what we'll be covering next time. I'm adding the link to the chat. So if you guys want to register for this, you can register instantly. With that, guys, thanks a lot for attending this session. Extremely sorry for the initial technical hiccup, but I'm at a new location, so that's why that particular thing happened. Next time I'll try to be sure that no technical glitches happen during this particular webinar. So thanks a lot for bearing with me, and thank you for attending this session. Take care. Goodbye, guys. Cheers. Have a great weekend.